River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
All right, here we are. We are back, everybody. I know these are kind of popping up like special episodes now instead of any sort of regularity or with any kind of schedule, but yeah, it's the off season, so things are just going how they're going. So sorry if you're looking forward to us on Tuesday, but we're here now, and we have the schedule. The schedule dropped yesterday. All 32 teams released their fun little promo videos, and we all know who we are playing this upcoming season. And I have it to share with you guys what we're going to be talking about for this episode. Along with me, of course, is my co-founder, longtime co-host, Mr. Jimmy B. Jimmy, how we doing?
Doing all right. I mean, the Eagles could. I don't know why the NFL didn't want to give the Eagles back-to-back home games, but oh well.
Oh, wow. You managed to knock you back-to-back home games? That's wild.
We have a whole schedule, and we do not have back-to-back home games at all anywhere in the schedule.
When's your bye week?
Week 9. At least that's good.
Yeah, that's good. I think I saw you have, 5 or 6 primetime games? I can't remember.
I guess like 5. Yeah. 5.
Okay.
Yeah. 35% of our schedule is not even on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good chunk. I mean, our schedule, 2 of our primetime games, speaking of our schedule, might as well pull it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the schedule for the 2025 season. Notice in the preseason, we are still playing the Raiders. It is still safe to play the Raiders as of, I think this is the 3rd or 2nd year that we've been allowed to play them again. I think it's the 3rd year because we were allowed to play them again once they moved to Vegas. James, if you didn't know that story, there was a nice little moratorium because a fan unfortunately lost their life during one of the preseason games.
Okay.
And it was, no bueno. But no, Broncos and Chargers, they're pretty regular. Like, this is a pretty regular, our entire preseason being in the AFC West. That's what I was trying to say. But here we go. We'll just take a look at this. I don't know, month by month, week by week. But here we go. We start out the season against the Seahawks. Here we go. Got a little bigger. We're starting off against the Seahawks here in week 1, and it's at Seattle. So we're not playing Seattle in Seattle on Thanksgiving or in prime time, like as we've seemingly happened for a little bit, the at Seattle games. Now it's at home, and it's a 4:00 game. And this is going to play a really, really important part of the schedule right off the bat because we don't play Seattle again until week 18 in a to be determined time and day. So, I mean, right off the bat, dude, like, we're not getting Seattle in the middle of the season. We have to set the tone right there with our season opener. Like, I mean, pretty much everybody should be playing a NFC, an interdivision opener, I suppose. But I mean, do you feel me? Like how much this matters right off the bat?
I know. Division rivals in week 1 are always like interesting because it's like both teams, it doesn't matter like how bad they were the year before. Like there's everybody starting out 0-0, and they're, this could be our year. Starting off with a division opponent, like that right off the bat. I mean, that's just forget fluff games. Just get right into the season.
This is our first taste of we're gonna get very, very early Sam Darnold, a revenge game for him. He's gonna want to stick it at home to his former team of 2 years ago. So, and then we don't see him again, literally 17 weeks. So Very big, very important game right off the bat. And then our second away game in a row. We have 2 away games to kick off the season. Then we're going to see your boy, Kellen Moore, with Lord knows who's going to be at quarterback between Spencer Rattler, that guy from Louisville, and I don't remember who their third quarterback is even, but could be an easy win unless the Saints are just juggernauts like they were last year for a month before they flatlined.
Well, word around the campfire here in Philadelphia is that Kellen Moore, and the Saints are, might work a trade for Tanner McKee.
Oh, you're backup. Okay.
Yeah, our backup. Because Kellen's familiar with him. He knows Kellen's offense. You saw him against the Giants. I mean, Giants are Giants, but still, like, if you give him a good situation, he can sling the ball from what we've seen in preseason. So, maybe Tanner McKee is starting for the Saints against you guys that week.
He can't possibly be that expensive either, because he was technically your third stringer, right, with Pickett.
Yeah, he was our third stringer with Pickett. So yeah, but quarterbacks are premium. Good a third round pick might do it. That's what people are talking about.
Oh wow, I feel bad for them if they'd have to give a third rounder for a guy who technically was your third stringer last year. But
yeah,
like a fifth, yeah, it's a quarterback, but like I wouldn't think you'd have to pay more than like a fifth or a sixth even for that guy.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, if you're in desperate need of a quarterback, because where you're at, people will overpay.
Did you even draft him that high?
I don't think we did. No, but you also remember, back in 2016, the Minnesota Teddy Bridgewater went down for the Minnesota Vikings, and we ended up getting a first and a fourth for Sam Bradford. So
that's true. That trade way back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. So if teams get desperate, they will offer something, and I think a third round pick in this situation is probably a good pick. So,
but regardless, I always think we're going to split with Seattle 50-50. So
right.
I don't know. I think win or loss, like we're 1-1. Saints, this should be a win because that defense is a little overrated, and this offense is going to be a still budding, trying to find itself mess, probably. Safe to say. Next, we finally are back home 2 weeks in a row. Week 3, another division game. Figure out two of them in a month. Playing the Cardinals. I don't know. I don't personally have that much faith in the Cardinals. They're feisty, but like I don't see them as being something insurmountable. And then I have the same sentiments with the Jaguars. Like they cleaned house. They got rid of Doug, but that Duval, like that guy. I don't know. I don't think either of them. I'm not too worried. I mean, the Cardinals, you can't just write them off because it's a division rival, but Jacksonville, they're just going to Jacksonville, and we're at home, so that's even better. So
they still have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, so yeah, they're gonna lose this game.
Yeah, and it's gonna be, I don't know. The Jaguars, I feel very confident we're gonna clobber them, and then I don't know. The Cardinals, they have the pieces. He was your defensive coordinator back in the day, and they did kind of sort of take a step in the right direction. Maybe it finally turns a corner this year. I don't want to completely write them off.
I mean Jacksonville is just, they'll put something together, and they'll get an easy schedule, and they'll win a bunch of games, and they'll be all right. But most years it's just like,
Oh, I was talking more about Arizona. I was thinking Arizona. I'm worried about Arizona finally turning a corner because they didn't seem that bad under. I always forget your old defensive coordinator,
Cannon.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to put a little sleeper on them.
No, maybe. Another year. I don't know who's their offensive coordinator.
I honestly can't remember his name offhand.
Yeah, I mean. They probably, I think they kept the same offensive coordinator. So, second year in the offense, and, we'll see how the defense does. He's he's a watered down version of Vic Fangio. He plays the short, don't give up big plays, and only get, if you're going to give anything up, just give up the short dinky passes, and
Yeah,
that's sort of how like he works his defense. So
for sure. Anyway, that's our first month. I think we agree that we should end up being 3-1 after 1 month. And viewers, if you haven't noticed, we do have like looking ahead, we do literally have by the statistics easiest schedule. I think the winning percentage was like 415, which put us square at the top for the easiest schedule, which is wonderful. One of those games that will not be easy, though. We have 2 of them right in a row, I think. Tell me I'm crazy for giving the Bucks a lot of credit, but Thursday Night Football against the Rams, this seems like this happens more often, getting a primetime game against the Rams in Levi's South, because over the last, I think we've literally lost to the Rams twice in the last 6 years, or maybe 7 years now. And we do particularly well at home. So I think, again, just like with the Seahawks, we're going to split this. I think, I mean, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried about the Rams this year because Cooper Kupp's not with them, but they did just fine in the back half of the last season, winning the division with Cooper Kupp contributing nothing. And that defense is very, very young and very, very good. They have a rookie defensive player of the year coming back. Matthew Stafford's still there, and Puka Nacua will probably be an All-Pro next year. I'm going to go ahead and guess that too.
Right.
I don't know. The Rams are up there. Like if we can stay healthy, we'll give them a run for their money, I think. But no, the Rams are top. The Rams are top dogs right now until proven otherwise.
Well, they made it to the divisional round last year and almost beat the Eagles. I mean, it came down to the last play of the game. The defense had to make a stand, and if it wasn't for Jalen Carter, the Rams might have ended up playing the Commanders in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you looked at this, though. It's still within a calendar month. So you play all 3 of your division rivals in the first month of the season, because it's still, you start on the 7th and it goes until the 2nd. So you still, it's a calendar month, and you'll have faced all 3 of your division rivals.
2 of them on the road, luckily, off the bat. So we got 2 of the road games out of the way, and then the Cardinals at home. But no, in less than 30 total days, we'll have faced our entire division once already. That could be very, very good, or it can also be very, very bad, because that's not close to the halfway mark of the season.
Yeah. So, but then you get the mini bye, and then you get the Buccaneers.
We get to come home for a little bit for sure, and that'll be nice for them. Like, especially because take a look at where our real bye is.
Yeah,
I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but our actual bye in week 14, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Segueing that into, I think my hopes are very, very high for the Bucks. Like they're like them. I'm on my Colts obviously to do good because I live here, but like I don't know. I want to carry on my man crush with the Bucks until Baker gets cut, because I love him, and that'll be a fun rematch, because that was a fun game last year that came down to, if you remember, Jake Moody missing all his kicks until the game-winning kick. That was a walk-off field goal.
Oh boy.
But hey, I mean, and you don't live in Florida anymore, so we can't make a road trip down there. Like
no, definitely not. But yeah, the Bucks have, they've pretty much ruled that division. Pretty since Carolina's had Bryce Young, and the Saints can't find a quarterback, and
the Falcons were a mess last year.
Yeah. So they play in a bad division, but they can get a little feisty in the playoffs. But we'll see what we see of them this year. But I think, that'll be a tough game for you. It's 1 o'clock in Tampa?
Yeah, it's 1:00 Tampa time. Yeah.
1:00 Tampa time. So, and it's in October. So it won't be as humid as they could have been like maybe in September, but
Shouldn't be, knock on wood.
yeah, it shouldn't be too humid. As long, hopefully we don't have a hurricane for that game or something like that.
Yeah, no, true that. So on to week 7. This is our second of 5 primetime games. Notice we have 2 of them against the NFC South. 3 of them, or no, I'm sorry, 2 of them. I thought the Saints game was a primetime for some reason. But no, we got 2 primetime games against the NFC South for some reason. This one, though, Sunday Night Football against the Falcons, and presumably it's going to be Michael Penix, especially 7 weeks into the season. I would be shocked.
You mean 30-year-old Michael Penix?
Yeah, for real though. Like Michael Penix squarely took the job away from Kirk Cousins last year. I really, 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 really doubt we're going to see any of Kirk Cousins unless Penix gets hurt, which is a real possibility. He has shown in college he was made of glass a little bit. But yeah, Sunday Night Football at home against the Falcons.
And they can't flex this one out, right?
It's too early. Yeah, it's week 7.
Too early. Okay.
We can start flexing from the Panthers onward.
Gotcha.
So there's a possibility of these 2 getting flexed, but but no, it's way too early for the Falcons. I mean, I don't. It's kind of I don't know. It's fun to say like, look at this cupcake schedule. Like, there's a reason we got this cupcake schedule because the injury gods punished the hell out of us last year. Like, so I mean, can't assume we're just going to cupcake all these either.
So. Well, that's not why you got a cupcake. You're playing the NFC South, which is a bogus division,
and then the AFC South,
and then the AFC South, which that's not a great division either. The Texans are good, and you have them the following week after the Falcons, but the Colts, the Titans, and then probably the Browns one I could see like where because of your record and all that and Bears you're going to get them, but you also face 2 weak divisions like
the non because it's the NFC West twice, the AFC South and the NFC South are clearly the ones that were like playing everybody, but then the ones that you mirror their spot in their division. So the Giants, we're playing them because they're 4th. The Bears are playing them because they're 4th, and the Browns are playing them because they're 4th. So even if we change these 3 games to your Eagles, the Lions, and who won the Ravens?
Yeah.
Like even then, like yeah, the Ravens would really scare me. The Lions, that'd be really funny because we played the Lions this late last year also, and the week after Christmas.
Right.
And then, the Eagles, like, night and day difference. That's always going to be fun just because
the Eagles are better than the Giants?
The talent pool being that drastically different is hysterical to me. But no, that we have recency history with you. And then, of course, you're the reigning Super Bowl champion. So, that alone would be pretty exciting. But you take those 3 games out, that's still 15 games that are just at face value should be very lopsided. Should be, knock on wood, should be lopsided. But like we were just talking a little bit, the Falcons, even with Penix, even if Penix does play half decent, onto the Texans. What do we think is going to be of the Texans this year? Because Laramie Tunsil's not protecting he's not protecting CJ Stroud anymore. Like the Texans still have a really good defense because of DeMeco Ryans, but like I don't know. I have no reason to believe that we're not going to just be chasing CJ Stroud and he's just going to be throwing Hail Marys behind a terrible offensive line again.
If they don't double Nick Bosa, I think it,
well, we just drafted his book in this year too.
Yeah. What round was he? Did you draft him in?
He was our very first pick. He was Malik Williams.
Okay. So you got
Mikael Williams.
Okay, so you got a first rounder on the other side. But I'm sure teams we'll probably double Nick Bosa and let that guy go one-on-one unless he becomes a wrecking crew. And then, but to expect that in the first season is, I don't know, to expect him to contribute, double-digit sacks already as a youngster. So they'll probably leave him, they'll probably put one-on-one on him and double Bosa. So that's what I think. I mean, so it could be okay. I mean, it's the Texans, so you never know.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, us versus D'Amico. It's, I'm trying to remember the last time I don't remember the last time we played him offhand, but I don't know. CJ can't be running for his life for him to have a shot against us.
Yeah.
And yeah, by this point too, we should have Brandon Ayuk fully entrenched into the offense, because I know he's still dealing with a little bit of rehab. So I'm not expecting Brandon to be super healthy up in these front half games, but hopefully by here 2 months in, he's back to being fully acclimated in the offense.
Right.
So moving on, week 9, first game of November. It's at New York. I've noticed that we only have one back-to-back home game so far, and we have a lot of back-to-back road games. But going from Texas to New York is not that big a deal. Going to MetLife, playing the Giants. I don't know. It's just the Giant. I want to give the Giants a little bit of. I want to give the Giants any kind of chance to not be terrible in this game, but it's kind of hard to not. It's kind of hard to not expect us to just walk all over them right now.
Yeah, I know. I fully expect, I mean, Jackson Dart may be starting by this time in the season.
Yeah, true.
And I mean, the Giants' offensive line, I mean, it could be like Nick Bosa just going down the turnpike, like easy pass, like ding, there's another one, ding, there's another one, ding,
Yeah.
So, yeah, like that should be a win every single day of the week. So we'll see. But yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't handle them at 1:00 in the afternoon. So.
Yeah. No, especially because we're definitely there's no way we're gonna be hanging out in this place that we love to hang out in, and I want to say it's in Virginia. There's this cabin, or not cabin. There's this compound that Kyle, whenever we have, 2 East Coast games, this one being a Central and then East Coast, I feel like he's not going to make the guys go back to San Francisco. I think he's going to take us from Houston to this place in Virginia and then go to Manhattan. I feel like that makes sense to me, just looking at this for the not first time, but I would expect us to be hanging out on the East Coast in between these 2 games instead of going home. Anyway, week 10, November 9th, it's 4:30 against the Rams. Are finally 5 weeks. Yeah, 5 weeks in between division games after having all 3 in 5 weeks. Week 10, we're hosting the Rams at 4:30, and this is not a Tom Brady game because week 10 is already slated for Tom Brady and America's Game of the Week. That's going to be, I don't have it right here, but here we go. Week 10 is already slated for the Lions and the Commies. So I know this is not a Tom Brady game.
Okay.
And we didn't actually get that many 4:30 games to begin with. Week 3 is not. Week 3 is dedicated to Cowboys Bears. So that's not going to be a 4:30 game in week 3. That's not going to be a Tom Brady game in week 3. And then we were not slated for even a chance at it until here in week 10, and it's already taken. But yeah, facing the Rams, I don't know not much else to really say than what I already said. We're probably going to split this. The Rams are very, very good. I remember when we did this last year, Eric was saying that here, once we get to week 8, health is the biggest factor at this point. So, but yeah, we have two divisional games in a row, Rams, and then we're at Arizona.
Right.
Not too much to rehash there. Our Thanksgiving day, or not day, we are not playing on Thanksgiving Day. Our Thanksgiving week game, we are Monday Night Football, hosting the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young, who I don't know. They ended last year pretty strong for what it's worth.
They were able to give the Eagles a little run for their money.
They gave the Bucks a run for their money too. I had a lot of money on that game that went to overtime that the Bucks ended up pulling out. But
yeah, I mean they were a little feisty last year for like a team that
benched Bryce Young at week 3.
Yeah, and then they brought him back, and then all of a sudden he can play football. Like so, yeah, it'll be interesting where the Carolina Panthers are at by that week in the season because they could be second in their division, maybe first. You just don't know the NFC South and
low-key sleepers, honestly. Like I both of these teams I think could be low-key sleepers if the Panthers can keep up that momentum that they ended last season in December with.
Yeah.
And then if the Cardinals can actually learn to close out a game instead of just keeping it within 7 and then blow it.
Yeah.
Like this could be sneaky good football.
Mm-hmm.
After that, November 30th, we are in Cleveland, which we don't talk about losing in Cleveland last time we were there. It's not fair to put it all on Moody, but yeah, Moody missed what should have been a walk-off field goal against Cleveland the last time we were there.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Do we have any thoughts on what the hell is happening in Cleveland? Like, I'm not giving game analysis on this. I think we should handle Cleveland fine, but their
Flacco's
quarterback room, dude.
Again, isn't he? He's in Cleveland back again, isn't he?
Who?
Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco is.
So what? Like, I wonder what the odds are that he'll be starting this game. Just with their go around and their luck with quarterbacks. Like,
yeah, take Watson out of it. Watson's not there, but then they have the Oregon quarterback, Sanders' kid, Pickett, and Joe Flacco.
Yeah, like who's going to be the starting quarterback on November 30th? Like,
are they actually carrying all four of them still on the roster by this point? Like, or is one of them going to get cut and then they keep 3? Like,
I think they're going to keep Flacco just because of what he did 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll keep Flacco.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah. I mean,
you want somebody with 15 years experience like him in the locker room if he can even half sling the ball okay.
I think it'll end up being, I mean, who was it? They drafted a kid out of Oregon, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but they drafted Oregon's quarterback. What was his name?
Dylan or
maybe I'm not sure offhand. But no, they drafted him before Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, which is interesting, And I mean,
yeah, Dylan Gabriel, that's his name.
Dylan Gabriel. So I don't know. Shedeur Sanders is he the odd man out, or I mean, it's probably
Pickett will be the odd man out. Let's be real.
You think Pickett will be?
Yeah, I think I would not be surprised because we know where Pickett's ceiling is, at least up to this point, unless he really impresses at camp. I would be surprised if it wasn't Watson on season-ending IR, release Pickett, Dylan Gabriel is the red shirt season, Shedeur is the backup, and Flacco is the starter. That's how I think it'll go. At least by this week, maybe it'll flip-flop, and I think the inverse, Shedeur will be playing us this week, or he sucks and then Gabriel will be. But I think Flacco is going to end up being the starter, and then somewhere well before this week, he's going to get benched, and we're going to see Shedeur Gabriel.
That'll be interesting to see who like. I would like for a casino to give us odds on who the starting quarterback's going to be.
If DraftKings could get that insular already this early, I would love to. And we don't have. I didn't even say it on the top. We don't have. Oh my gosh, we don't have our analyst and our degenerate gambler Eric on the show this week.
Yeah.
He'd be pulling that up right now. Where's my dollar?
Where's my?
So anyway, keeping this trade moving. Bye week 14. That sucks. That really sucks. The last 2-3 years we had 7, 8, 9. Maybe 3 years ago we had week 10, but we always had it right in the middle. Nope. Luck ran out this year.
Yeah.
a bye week before the last month of the season. That sucks. And
Yeah.
that does not bode well for our injuries, because obviously we're going to get some injuries, but that's not good.
Yeah.
We roll through the bye week back home. So play in Cleveland, get the week off, and then we're still at home, luckily. A 4:30 game, which probably is not going to be ours. It's probably not going to be Tom Brady. Week 14 or no 15. Yep, that's already decided. Lions Rams. So none of our 4:30 games will get Tom Brady this year unless they get flexed. And we're going to be hosting the Titans. Cool. You drafted Cam Ward. I'm still probably going to be a terrible team, I think. So I don't really have notes for them besides that.
I mean, this stretch here going Titans, Colts, and Bears. After the bye, I mean, that should be 3-0. That should be 3-0.
It's not too bad leading up to a probably important game with the Seahawks. Like it might, I mean, that it's at the end. It will just depend on how the rest of it obviously shakes out. But having the Seahawks start and bookend our season like this, just by nature of it being a division game, could be very, very, very important.
Right.
As with all of these, like our last primetime game of the year is another holiday. We played the Monday before Christmas or before Thanksgiving, and then we're also playing the Monday before Christmas. So we get more Joe Buck and Troy Aikman than we do Tom Brady this year. And this game's going to be in my backyard. Oh, I'm so excited. It's the week of Christmas. So I don't know. I would like to go. If I'm putting it out there in the universe, it'd be a wonderful Christmas and or birthday present.
Do you need me
on Monday Night Football?
Do you need me to tell your wife, like, hey, Dan really wants for a Christmas present to go see the Colts?
She already got the memo. I flipped out yesterday when I saw the schedule because at first I was worried about us being the Germany game, but then it turned out that the Falcons are playing the Colts in Germany, and I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, so now we just got to figure out what week we are going to go to Indianapolis, and it turning out to be Christmas week and it's Monday Night Football. My boss actually came up to me today, and he was just like, I'm already anticipating you coming in for a half day on Tuesday, the 23rd. I was like, thank you. I appreciate that. But no, I'm so excited for that game. We'll see the Colts. I'll not do my entire tirade about why I think the Colts have potential because it's being held back by Anthony Richardson. So by this far into the season, it's not a guarantee we'll see Anthony. If he completely face plants, it might be the Daniel Jones show. And if it is Daniel Jones, it's a 99% chance of us winning versus like a 95% chance of us winning. But yeah, no, Colts being that, and we got 5 primetime games. Like that rounds that out after how disappointing our season was. That, at least to me, shows that, I don't know, they're taking the gamble on our brand that we're going to get back in shape. So that makes me excited just looking at that perspective of it. But I don't know. Do you feel any differently about the Colts than I do?
No. Did they draft a quarterback too this year?
I don't think so. I don't think they did. As far as I know right now, their quarterbacks are Anthony Richardson, Dan Jones, and Sam Ehlinger.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe they drafted a quarterback. I might be wrong, but don't quote me on that. But right now, to my knowledge, their depth chart, like, it is Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson fighting it out in training camp for the starting role, unless an undrafted quarterback or Sam Ehlinger like really blow them out of the water, which I do not advise betting on that. They'll be fascinating. But speaking of quarterbacks with a lot of potential, this is our 5th one. We get 2 primetime games in a row, week 16 and 17. This is our 5th one because I can't read. Sunday Night Football, right after Christmas, is hosting the Bears. Caleb Williams, the team that, kind of like the Colts, have a lot of potential, and they have a new coach in Ben Johnson. And best case scenario for the Bears, they are chasing the Lions and the Packers for a playoff spot. And this game has the potential to mean have significant weight to them, as well as significant weight to us, depending on how we're chasing our whole division, really. Like, there's a potential for anyone in our division to take it at this rate. Like, if we're just being honest,
Yeah.
this game could be very, very, very important. And I can see why it's on Sunday Night Football. I think this was very good foresight, putting a game like this in Sunday Night Football, even though Eric texted us that he's already calling this game to get flexed. What do you think about having a primetime game, this primetime game this late in the season?
I mean, I agree with Eric. It probably is going to get flexed. The Bears are the Bears.
I think the Colts game is more likely to get flexed personally. Like, I mean, I'm sure I'll throw Anthony under the bus. When your quarterbacks are Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, I think this, if it has to be one or the other, I think the Colts game is going to get flexed more likely than the Bears one, but they're both liable to. I agree there.
Yeah, I would see this one getting flexed out. It's week 17. I'm sure there's playoff implications are going to be on the line, with two teams playing each other on week 17, that's what they're going to actually, broadcast. So
sure. And that's the thing with these games being late in the season. Like, yeah, it's cool that we're slated here already, so we get the precedence. But I mean, if the Bengals are on the line, or if the Chiefs are on the line, or the Ravens or the Bills are on the line, like, it could definitely happen. But I want to at least hold on to this hope that we'll hang on to these two spots, because that'd be great. But then we host. We're going to end the season at home, back to back, and facing the Seahawks. We've already spoken ad nauseum about the Seahawks bookending our season, and yeah, I mean, that's really the season. This is it.
yeah,
A lot of easy games. I'm glad you mentioned that. Like, even if we did better, it would only affect the Giants, the Bears, and the Browns. So this schedule we were just destined to have. Yeah, I guess the only games really, honestly, I'm worried about, obviously the Rams games. I'm worried the most about if I have to pick one NFC West team.
Right.
Because they won the division.
Yeah.
And then and then the Bucks I'm more worried about than the Texans. Like, the Texans maybe get an honorable mention, like in 4th place, but yeah, the Rams definitely are the team I'm worried the most about, than the Bucks. And then jeez, I don't know. It's not really fair to be this nitpicky, I guess, this early, but
yeah,
I don't know. Besides the Rams and the Bucks, I'm not that worried about. I mean, I guess the Seahawks. I'm always a little worried about the Seahawks, but yeah, we got very blessed by the schedule gods this year. We got very, very blessed. Are you jealous of our schedule?
I mean, we were going to have a champ schedule. I mean, having a champ schedule, you have a champ schedule. That's the price of being the champ.
But you only got 5 primetime games, though, which really surprised me. I was shocked that the Chiefs ended up getting 7 primetime games, and you didn't even get 6.
We'll probably be flexed in somewhere or something like that too, most likely.
Well, how many of your games are the Tom Brady 5:30 game or 4:30 games too?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at that,
because that's a big factor into it too. Like, you basically, like, if you get the Tom Brady game, that means you get like 80% of the country, which is basically, like, it's not 100%, but like, you got 80% of the country. Like, when you get the Tom Brady game, if you don't live in the town of the other games, you're not watching it.
yeah. I think like what struck me about the Eagles schedule is both the Commies and the Giants, we play both our games against them, each team, both our games against them within 3 weeks period. So 1 week we play the Commies, another week we play somebody else, and then the next week we play the Commies. And then later on, that's later on. So earlier on, we play the Giants, play somebody else, and then play the Giants again.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
You knock out 2 opponents within 3 weeks twice.
Yes.
I can't recall if I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I've seen it, where it's just one team, like one team that you face like that, but I've never seen it twice in one season with two different teams that were, I mean, it's going to be in your division if that's the case. So like 4 division games are played within 3 weeks of each other with 2 different teams. Yeah.
Dang,
it's crazy.
No, we definitely didn't. I thought it was wild that we got to play our entire division in the first 5 weeks. And then it's a little more spaced out. And I mean, I guess looking at the rest of the schedule, we don't have 3 weeks on the road, which is nice. We only have 2 times that we're back to back at home. But I mean, I
think the Eagles they're not going to travel much. Like I think they're traveling only 15,000 miles. That's the lowest of any team. But
yeah.
we just don't have the schedule where we have back-to-back home games, which is weird. I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, we only have back-to-back twice between 3 and 4, and then the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah,
that's pretty spaced out. Like, because that means we're on the road back-to-back. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't count the bye weeks. Only 3 times really, but I don't know. I don't hate this. It doesn't really. There's no real big bad travel, like, because even here, like here to Florida sucks, but it's like it's not part of a big 3-week stretch. Like that's not that big a deal.
Right.
Going from home to Houston to New York and then back, like that's not that bad. You get a pit stop in Houston in the middle.
Yeah.
Go to Cleveland after Carolina at home, but then we're on a bye week. Like,
yeah.
And that's only 5 days instead of 6. Like, ooh, it's still 5 days. It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got pretty, I don't know. We got it pretty easy travel wise. Like the miles are still there, but like there's nothing too bad travel wise in here. So I guess I can't complain that much. I guess this stupid bye week is the thing that I'm maddest about. Like, why did we get, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess for all the rest of this, if we have to look at it that way, but God damn it, why did we get a week 14 bye? That's really annoying. That really sucks. And then, I don't know, the Colts better be good because I don't want that game flexed out of Monday Night Football. And we better be good. We both better be good in December, like, and have something on the line to justify still getting Troy and Joe.
Yeah.
Because I've never been to, like, what we went to was my first primetime game I've ever been to. And I would love to go to an actual Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
But no, that's neither here nor there. That's all we got that's the schedule, guys. We can talk ad nauseum about all the rest of it. We need to get Eric's opinion on the schedule on here too, the next time that we are on the mic. But yeah, that's all we got for you on this one. We want to stay focused on the schedule. We obviously are going to be coming back, but I am not putting it out there when. You'll just get us when you get us, because every time I do that, the internet goes out. A personal emergency happens. Something happens. So during this off season, you get us when you get us. Like I can't do. I'm not going to put that on you guys anymore. Like I've at some point, like you're just going to stop trusting me. So trust me when I say that we'll be back whenever the hell we're back. Hopefully it's Memorial Week. Probably not going to be Memorial Day, but maybe we'll squeeze in one episode Memorial Week. I don't know. I'm not going to promise you more than that. Because that's clearly bitten me in the butt enough this offseason.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, we need to go ahead and give a shout out to, if I can find our sponsor. I don't know where our sponsor went, but I know it's still with us. Oh, no, that was not it. Well, there we go. How about this? This is our sponsor covering us. I don't know what happened there, but James, we're sponsored by Royal Retros. What is Royal Retros? Is your go-to place to get yourself an authentic throwback jersey, whether you're a basketball fan, a football fan, baseball fan, a fan of any of the major sports. Royal Retros has you covered. And for all of us Bay Area fans, there's the Candlestick collection curated with all of us in mind. And if you go there right now and find something that you like, use the promo code Shady Sports and you'll get 10% off of your entire order, not just select items, your entire order when you use the promo code Shady Sports. Again, promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order at royalretros.com. Go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today.
And it has been used. We like to thank the people who purchased from Royal Retros and use the code. We thank you for that. So
yes,
yeah,
it helps. Like I said, it helps us. It helps Shady Sports. We know you're out there. We literally have receipts that you're out there.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
So anyway, next up, if you're familiar with the show, we have this owner accountability thing going on for our show. Basically, because there's a lot of player stories that get put out there about the negative things that they do, but you probably haven't heard about Jed York being possibly implicated in a insider trading scandal. You may not have heard that the Saints owner was helping the Catholic diocese in New Orleans hide pedophiles. Like, all this just gets sort of swept under the rug, while Tyreek Hill, 30 seconds after he gets arrested on opening day, we have video footage, his picture that he got booked with. We have everything within minutes of it happening. Yet these owners, it comes out one day, boom, that's it, not talked about anymore. There's not a lot of news press going on about it. Things like that, it just sort of gets buried. So that's where we get our motto here, that owner standards are less than player standards, and hashtag owner accountability. And show you where we put our money where our mouth is. We are selling our own merchandise for no profit. All the profits go to Mountain Care Comprehensive Care Centers in Kentucky. This is our first shirt that displays our statement: owner standards are less than player standards. You can get that in different colors, different sizes. $22.99 starts at a t-shirt. Next up, we have our podcast logo art. If you listen to us on Spotify or YouTube, wherever you listen to us or see us, this is in our profile picture. $22.99 gets you that in a t-shirt. Or we have different styles and different sizes of that. You can get it in a hoodie, crew neck sweatshirt, and things like that. Next up, we have our alternate podcast logo art. You can buy this for $22.99, different colors, different sizes, crew neck sweatshirt, hoodie, stuff like that. And last but not least, how can you say no to our mascot, a peanut, eating peanuts while cheering on his couch for a San Francisco 49er, our true Niner Nut? $22.99 gets you that in a t-shirt. And we have that in different styles and different sizes as well. Go help Mountain Comprehensive Care Centers by buying one of our t-shirts. All the proceeds go to them, and it's not for us at all.
Yeah, just we want you to have a nice t-shirt while you're helping a family in need. And the link is in the show notes below, or on the side, or they're everywhere, wherever you write, wherever you read before you hit play. So with that, guys, that's all we got for this episode. We had to get on the pod, even without Eric, to talk about the schedule. Shout out to George Kittle, not letting another week go by without shouting out him getting the highest paid contract for a tight end in NFL history. It's literally that super petty. He's getting $100,000 more than Trey McBride in Arizona. So the West has the two highest paid tight ends in the league, which is very, very funny. And we guaranteed, I want to say we guaranteed 650 or 60 of it. Like we guaranteed a lot of it, or maybe it was in the high 40s. I can't remember. But I think Trey still beats him in the guarantees, but the year-to-year Kittle beat him by $100,000. So he's technically the highest paid tight end. And we're still waiting. Yes, we're still waiting. I think I did I say that we were going to sign Purdy by the draft? I can't remember. Or did I
bet that I said that he won't be signed by the time camp starts, like training camp.
Okay. So you're still alive. We'll have to ask Eric when he's back on the pod. I think I lost already because I thought we were going to get him signed by the draft, and that obviously didn't happen.
Yeah. I said, knowing John how he is, he won't be signed before camp.
Yeah, but John was doing a lot of quiet, sneaky signings. Like we got your former first round lineman Alex Barnett, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. We signed
Derek Barnett.
Yeah, we signed one of your former first round linemen, which made me very interested because he had a pit stop in Green Bay too, and he's actually my age, so I didn't realize he was that old. But
yeah, we drafted him in 2017. I was there when they drafted him because it was in Philadelphia.
Oh, that was the draft that you were in. Okay.
Yeah, and so it was funny because like we didn't quite like the pick, but because it was in Philadelphia, we didn't want to boo the pick because we knew we would get, the media wouldn't let us live if we would have booed a pick again.
Yeah.
And so basically when they announced it, we all got silent. A couple of people said yeah, and that was it. So it was the weirdest experience. But yeah, I was there when they drafted him. He recovered the strip sack in the Super Bowl.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. He got his ring.
Yeah, he was on the 2017 Brandon Graham strip sack, Tom Brady. He recovered the fumble. And also like he had like his NFC championship game that year too. Like he made a play there too. Like I think he either caused the fumble or tipped it up and intercepted it or something like that for the NFC championship game against the Vikings too. So he had a play there. So like his first year we were like, oh, okay, this is really promising. However, he has a reputation around the league of hitting quarterbacks late. And so that's what your biggest concern is going to be with him is that, the quarterback releases the ball, he takes 2 steps and then.
No, here we go. Sorry. It was, the way you're describing him, I was like, that doesn't quite sound right. We signed Andre Dillard.
Oh, Andre Dillard as a tackle.
Yeah, no, as you were talking about a defensive lineman, I was like, no, that's not right. It was an offensive lineman. So I was looking up his name, and yeah, you drafted him in 2019.
Oh yeah, we traded up for him. We traded a bunch of picks for him.
We have signed Andre Dillard. So he's at least going to be with us in camp, even though, like, I remember when I saw that, it said that he didn't quite have that great a career in Philly.
Well, he couldn't beat out Jordan Mailata. That's the thing. Like Jordan Mailata, who he is, you can argue that Jordan Mailata is the best damn player in the league if you go by Pro Football Focus.
Yeah, he's an awesome left tackle. Yeah,
and so it's hard to beat out that guy. Now, he did come in at times when Jordan was hurt, and he was serviceable. Like he was able to, he wasn't the best, but he also wasn't really horrible. He was just, he could hold his own for the most part.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're getting from him. Where are they going to put him at left tackle though? Or are they going to put him at right tackle?
He could end up, honestly, he probably could end up being our swing tackle. Like we had I want to say Brunskill. He could end up being like our utility, like Feliciano 2 years ago was our utility tackle. But no, having some depth because it's never a guarantee that Trent Williams is going to be healthy anymore. So
I would say he's a solid backup if that's what you're using him for. He's a solid backup.
Okay.
Like, we drafted him in the first round, traded a bunch of picks. Our hopes was that he was going to be our left tackle for 10 years,
Yeah.
That just didn't happen.
But we lost our actual backup to him to the Chiefs. I forget his name already, but he went to the Chiefs this year on like a 2-year $40 million contract or something like that. Like he got paid, but he was our backup to Trent Williams. So like,
yeah,
that just made me laugh that the Chiefs were desperate enough to get him. Anyway, truly last thing now. Breaking news. Literally 4 hours old on NBC Sports and San Francisco socials. We have officially signed Mikael Williams to his 4-year guaranteed contract of $24.9 million, just shy of $25 million. 4 hours old. We just signed Williams today, so that's awesome. We're slowly getting everybody signed in, but getting him on the books finally. Yeah. Well, finally, the draft was like 3 weeks ago. But no, I think that's a good high note to end on. Guys, we will be back. We're going to try to do at least one episode Memorial Day week. Hopefully it'll be all of us this time. But yeah, just take them as you get them. I'm not making promises anymore. But yeah, this was fun to talk about the schedule. We're gonna get Eric's 2 cents on it when we get back to. But yeah, just keep enjoying the off season, guys. Stay cool and just have fun. Enjoy this time off.
Sorry about the lighting, guys. I just moved into a new place, so I don't know where the best lighting is in my house yet, but hopefully it'll be better the next time. But anyway, outro music, River Road, Justin Youth.
Catch y'all later, guys.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you